The Small Boy with Big Ideas by Jason Moyer. In a small town with small people, a small boy had big ideas. He told everybody his big ideas. The people did not understand his big ideas. Some people laughed, some people shook their small heads, some whispered, some pointed their small fingers at him. The small boy with big ideas decided to leave the small town. He got on a big plane and went to a big city. In the big city, the small boy with big ideas was lost. Everybody had big ideas. Nobody had time to stop and listen to his big ideas. They were too busy with their own big ideas. So the small boy with big ideas got on a big plane. He went to another big city on a long plane ride. The small boy wished he would be able to find somebody that understood him and his big ideas. In this new big city, everybody looked the same and spoke the same language as the small boy. But the people in the new city spoke so fast with an accent. They would say potato instead of potato. So the small boy with big ideas learned to speak really fast with an accent so he could share his big ideas. But they still did not understand the small boy with big ideas. So the small boy with big ideas got back on a big plane after making new friends and learning how to speak fast with a new accent. He decided to go to a new big land on a long plane ride. In this new land, everyone looked different and spoke a different language from the small boy with big ideas. Everyone had one eye. So the small boy with big ideas learned to speak the new language. He covered one of his eyes with a patch like a pirate so he could see in a new way. But they still did not understand the small boy with big ideas. The small boy with big ideas got back on a big plane after making new friends, learning how to speak a new language, and seeing the world in a new and different way. He decided to go to a new big land on a long plane ride to find someone that would understand his ideas. In this new far away land from his home, all the people walked upside down and talked backwards. So the small boy with big ideas learned to walk upside down and speak backwards. After all this, they still did not understand the small boy with big ideas. The small boy with big ideas got back on a big plane after making new friends, learning to walk upside down and speak backwards. He decided to go to a new big land on a long plane ride. It was so long he had to take two planes. In this new land, far away, the small boy with big ideas found himself in a big forest with the biggest trees he has ever seen. There was not one person. The small boy heard a strange sound and went looking for it. The small boy with big ideas found a wolf caught in a trap. The wolf howled and cried loudly. First he tried to scare the boy, but the wolf was in so much pain he could only cry. The small boy with big ideas helped the wolf out of the trap. The wolf licked the small boy's cheek and ran away. The small boy with big ideas was now alone in the forest. He sat on a fallen tree for a long time, thinking and listening to the wind talk to him in the big trees. After thinking for a long time, the small boy with big ideas got back on a big plane after saving the wolf. The small boy with big ideas decided to go back to the small town. He was so far away, he had to take 4 planes to get back home. While the small boy with big ideas was riding on 4 different planes, he had a lot of time to remember all the new friends he made, all the new languages and accents he learned, the new ways he saw the world, either upside down or with one eye, the feeling of helping the trapped wolf, thinking and listening to the wind talk to him in the trees. One day, the small boy with big ideas was walking down the street in the small town. He accidentally bumped into someone. The man turned around and said, "What is the big idea?" The small boy with big ideas' head started to get smaller and smaller. At the same time, he felt his heart get bigger and bigger. The small boy with a big heart said, "I do not know." From that moment on, the small boy followed his big heart for the rest of his life. The end.